Which one was it?
What's going to happen?
Oh yeah, he goes, you want to know what's going to happen?
Yeah. With what?
With in this country.
Okay, yeah, I said.
Yeah. So you want to hear now?
Yeah.
Tap me in.
We're in the Bolshevik War right now, bro. And right now, what's coming up is all the pride stuff is going to be okay. So I had this woman come on my podcast. Her name's Mel K. Mel K comes on my show. And she's like, she goes, I've been talking to some people in the intelligence, and they go, this gay pride stuff is going away. And the next thing you're going to see are immigration riots. This is going to be right around the next election. So, hand to God, we do this episode. Next day, Starbucks is like, we're banning all the pride stuff. And now you start seeing they're putting little breadcrumbs out, man. Little breadcrumbs. Oh, I saw this one thing in Chicago. Oh, yeah, illegal immigrants are upset about where they're staying. And these illegal immigrants who speak no English are holding up perfectly written English signs saying we're tired of how we're being treated. And now you're starting to see this over and over again. So everyone's always like, when all these Republican governors are like sending these immigrants all over the country, everyone's like, yeah, you're showing those Democrats. Bro, they're moving assets. I know it sounds crazy, but that is 100 what is percent.
What do you mean they're moving assets? What do you mean?
Dude, these guys coming into the country, bro, have you seen them? A lot of them are Chinese, and a lot of them are military-age people. Too. And I'm telling you, they're moving, and this is what's going to be right around 2024 election. Immigration riots, people going nuts, and as listen to this, and you'll start seeing all the little breadcrumbs being put out. Dude, study the Bolshevik War. It is happening in real time. 100%. But I just wanted to get that out to everybody because I'm trying to warn people. This is what's next. Immigration agents, ICE, all that came, they came dressed up in all their military gear, and they stopped traffic. When they stopped traffic, we started noticing, and I told my girl, that's immigration right there. What they started doing was they went in front of a business, a negocio, and they started raiding it. They started bringing people out in vans. Once they started doing that, that's when everybody knew, what was going on. And everybody was there in the traffic jam. Everybody. Right? You're stuck in your car, in your vehicle. When they saw us looking at them doing all that, that's when they started throwing tear gas. Everybody was still in their vehicles. As soon as one of the tear
You said who was behind you?
Behind us, there was a woman and her young daughter. She was around 13. I kept in touch with them, and as we speak, she's in the hospital because the tear gas bomb hit her right in the face. They were right behind us, taking notice that we're not there to protest. We were stuck at the light, right? But we're witnessing everything happening right in front of our eyes. The tear gas explodes. They come out crying out of their vehicle, and they can't breathe. They're literally on the ground, right? I have the video. I have the footage, right?
And so what do you and your girlfriend do at that point?
We get off, and we see everybody else getting off to record. Peacefully, we do not throw anything at them. We're not yelling at them. We're just recording what's going on because people deserve to know the truth. This is why you guys are here. This is because, these things need to be documented. This is what they wanted. They wanted people to riot. They wanted the people to start fireworks. They wanted the people to start burning out. Why? Because this is the effect. So they can make us look bad. So they can make us seem that we're the ones causing this, that we started it. We didn't start.
No.
All right, so let me explain what I believe is happening and why they want you in a civil war. So in the next couple weeks, these are being planned right now, very well funded, very well organized. At a city near you, we're going to have a riots, not just protests, full-on riots. And if you watch this video, what's happening? Why aren't the police doing anything? Why aren't they stopping and arresting these people? Well, most of these agencies where these riots are happening are liberal-led agencies. They are, in my belief, telling them to stand down. Why? Why are they dropping off bricks? Everywhere across America, they're dropping off these pallets of bricks. Why? Because they want to get violent and the police won't do anything. So then what? Patriots like you and I, it'll make us want to go in and fight. Don't do it. It is a trap. They're trying to suck us in so that all the patriots are going to go, and then we're going to marching right into their trap for the civil war that they want. So what's the answer as hell breaks loose and violence ensues throughout these cities? Are we going to go save their cities? They're already gone. So get a food storage, get right with God, get out of major cities when it starts getting bad. Do not fight with these people. That's exactly what they want. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. I promise you.
Shalom. I would like to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Kodash. I would like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you sincere Akim, pushing this word across the four corners of the world. So as you can see through the spirit, linking up with current news, current events, if you measure the times diligently in itself, you see what's transpiring within LA, California, with the LA protesters and the police standoff. And as Donald Trump, he has federalized the California National Guard and these different military soldiers, such as additional deployment of the Marines. And they're trying to calm these so-called social unrest. But in actuality, it's all orchestrated by the higher ups of Esau Edom. Because remember, Klaus Schwab and the WEF, which is the World Economic Forum, stated last year how they're going to unleash an era of shock events. And it's all in order to accelerate their transition to this globalist-led New World Order. And what we're seeing right now with this Mexican movement, aka Chicano or Chicano movement, which is nothing but a Mexican version of the Black Lives Matter. And we already know who spearheaded that government movement, which was George Soros, another higher up of Esau Edom. And they're all in cahoots to bring forth this order out of chaos situation within America. They cause the problem, they cause the reaction, and they also cause the solution. Problem, reaction, solution. And their so-called solution is implementing their NWO. So therefore, they can be justified by calming this civil unrest, social disorder that's going throughout LA. And it's going to be like a wildfire. And that's because you have a thing called solidarity, which is like a unified interest and purpose. And whereas some of these other cities and states within America, they are starting to protest. And you best believe it's going to lead into more type of riots that we're currently seeing within LA. Because I think right now they're beginning to do it within New York, Chicago, Austin, Dallas, and also Utah. So it's going to be like a wildfire that's going to spread throughout the various cities and states within America. And this is a part of the signs of thy times, which are spiritual indicators or omens to let us know as the hopeful elect of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, hey, Yahushai, he's on his way. And it takes me to the book of Luke 21, verse 25. And there should be signs in the sun and in the moon. And we have already been seeing that with the different lunar eclipses, blood moons, things of that sort. And in the stars, and upon the earth, distress of nations. The distress of nations goes into their extreme anxiety and sorrow, despair, of these different nations. Hence, these protesters within LA. It's becoming very chaotic by these different agent provocateurs. And the word provocateur goes into someone that's hired to incite or stimulate others to illegal or incriminating actions. And people are already now bringing out on social media, on Craigslist, within LA, they've been having different advertisements for this current situation that's going on. So it's all set up by the higher ups of Esau Edom. And their main goal is to orchestrate order out of chaos. So, and upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, which goes into confusion and uncertainty. And a lot of people are definitely confused within a city of confusion, which is referencing to America, aka Babylon the Great. The sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those signs which are coming on the earth. And these are going to be some very detrimental signs, which is equated to the times of Jacob's trouble, a time frame that this world has never seen nor experienced before. So Jacob represents you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the biblical Israelites. And as you can see what's currently going on within LA, and it only takes a handful of agent provocateurs to stir up or provoke more of a chaotic atmosphere that you're currently seeing. And now people who really believe that they're fighting for a cause are joining in to this so-called movement. So men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. Again, Jacob's trouble, and our trouble is going to be the world's trouble, because we have that type of effect upon the nations, whether it be positive or negative. So therefore, our hell or our trouble is definitely going to be everybody else's hell or trouble. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And that takes me right to Isaiah 24, verse 10. The city of confusion, which again is referencing to America, aka Babylon the Great, is broken down, which goes into is collapsing. And more so, it's an orchestrated collapse, first and foremost by Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, but working through his vessel of dishonor, Esau Edom, the rod of his anger. And he's stirring up all this madness or this era of shock events to accelerate his transition to this NWO. Like you can easily see this through the spirit. So the city of confusion is broken down. And as you can see, we are seeing a societal collapse at this very moment. And also the financial collapse coming. And very soon, a physical collapse will come. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There's a crying for wine in the streets. And that goes into how people are going to be seeking for the truth, especially our people. And they're going to realize they misused the prophets by doing all types of folly within their grace period, not taking it serious. And the true prophets are not going to be out there on the highways and the byways for much longer. Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua is going to dismiss this ministry that we're doing right now, which is going to cause the famine of the word. So with that being said, it's going to be a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. In the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. And we're seeing a small prime example of that right now within downtown LA, with the different protesting, which has turned into riots, with the different vehicles being set on fire, all types of just social unrest within that city. And again, remember, that same vibration is going to spread like a wildfire within the various cities and states of America. So in the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. And remember, you had the former CIA acting director by the name of Christopher Wray, and he warned how the U.S. faces serious terrorist attacks threats. And also another CIA agent lady, she warned how these different people from Iran and China are here within America due to the Biden administration by opening up the borders, and they're like sleeper cells. And they're waiting to be activated by the higher ups of Esau Edom. And who knows that these people that we see that's partaking into this Chicano movement or Mexican movement can definitely be those same sleeper cells, because they have masks on at the end of the day. So who knows? But we do know and see through the spirit that this so-called United States of America is more so being a divided states of America, which is all due to end-time biblical prophecies. And that takes me right to the book of Mark 3:23 within the NLT. And that's the New Living Translation. Yahushua called them over and responded with an illustration. How can Satan cast out Satan? He asks. A kingdom divided by civil war will collapse. And what are we currently seeing within the news? Civil unrest, social disorder, social unrest. Where it's linking up with the book of 2nd Ezra, how they should not regard their kings nor princes. And that vibration or momentum is only going to get heightened and worse. So a kingdom divided by a civil war will collapse. And as you can see that we are seeing a manufactured or an engineered collapse of America. Similarly, a family splintered by feuding will fall apart. And if Satan is divided and fights against himself, how can he stand? He will never survive. And again, that's due to this era of shock events. And that's due to all of these social unrest, civil disorders, false flags, insurrections or rebellions amongst the people via this era of shock events, which is bringing forth a globalist control dystopian society. And according to the higher ups of Esau, Edom, and their counterparts, it has to be implemented throughout anarchy, mayhem, in a chaotic environment, hence order out of chaos. So we definitely going to keep watching through the spirit. You know, according to 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, is stated to measure the times diligently in itself, like carefully paying attention to current news and current events, and you filter it out with the Holy Scriptures, which is that measuring rod, according to the book of Revelation 11 chapter. So with that, hopefully you all was edified, you all stay strong, keep pushing forward. Shalom.